The way it sits is like a spaceship. And this thing is an absolute monster. So much power in this thing. Right, so let's talk about the exterior of the Sealion 7, right? Firstly, look, the grille, in my opinion, compared to other BYD models, really sets this car apart. This is supposed to be a top-of-the-range BYD, a top-of-the-range SUV. And if I look at the exterior, we've got that aggressive approach. Now, officially, these are called Dragon Whisker lights. But in my opinion, they're aggressive. They give that feel. Whether it be day, whether it be night, they've got a really aggressive feel as they go down there. It really looks the part. All the way down to this sort of aggressive-looking bumper, really ticks the box. Engineering at its finest. As I walk around the car, one thing I want to talk about with the BYD Sealion 7 is, and I know what you're going to be thinking. You're going to be thinking I'm crazy. But I'm going to be honest and say it. I get Porsche Cayenne Coupe vibes. Now, I know it's not a Porsche Cayenne Coupe before the Porsche fans come and give me a lot of grief, right? What I'm saying to you is this. The chassis, in terms of the design, the way it drops back, is going for that sport SUV look. And if we look at Porsche Cayenne Coupe, if we look at Mercedes-Benz GLE Coupe, I'm not saying it sits in the same category, I'm saying that it goes for that exact same feel. And for me, if I'm honest with you, they pulled it off. Now, this is a design specification which comes as standard with 20-inch alloys. Now, the bicolor alloys, so you've got the silver and the black. Beautiful. They look smart. Also big enough for the car. Exterior feel ticks the box. It looks well. 1% count. I look at the doors, the little BYD approach that sits on the inside. Now, this is where I think the Sealion 7 wins and is a personal favorite in terms of the back, right? So the way the lights sit under here, we've got this BYD tech light system, and that goes all the way across. We've then got a little lip spoiler, which for me adds the biggest change to the car, because it really changes the exterior feel to the car, making it more of a sports SUV. Privacy glass on the full rear, and this diffuser that sits very aggressive. BYD are that proud of the speed of this car, they've even put it on the back. 4.5 seconds right under the Sealion 7. Going for that sports SUV, reminding people that it's also a quick car. Initially, when you jump into the car, it almost feels easy to get comfortable. And let me explain that. I jump in and I'm immediately comfortable. The seats just kind of caress me a little bit. It's a really nice place to be. Designing this car is like by far one of the biggest things going for it. I think a lot of new cars these days, you know, they come to a standard. They're built well, they look well, and it's hard to differentiate yourself with so much option and style. For me, the BYD Sealion 7 is absolutely winning in the interior in comparison to its competitors. I think the dash, the trim, the way the screen rotates, it's comfortable, it's easy, it's effortless, it's nice. It just feels genuine, like a nice, comfortable car. And I think if we add this seating position, I'm sat in quite a sporty position, but at the same time, I've got pure comfort. And for me, comfort is one of the biggest things, right? But it still feels like I'm in a really sporty car. So the way this dash just kind of finishes and it comes down to the door handle really gives that premium feel. The upper dash is all leather. That's a full leather upper dash. I'm running my hand across this car and it feels pure leather, right? The steering wheel position in terms of where we're at, that ultimate luxurious feel. I've got the full electric seats, everything. I'm actually getting excited about how good these seats are. And again, box ticked. The Sealion 7 in this specification comes with heated seats, but it also comes with ventilated seats. It's one of those specification features that once you've had, you need forever. So the other thing to point out on this car is the dyno audio. The Sealion 7 sole provider in terms of audio. Heavy sound systems, surround sound on a high level. It adds to the luxury because the wattage is so high, plus it's got the surround sound, so an absolute big box tick in terms of dyno audio. Well, a lot of cars these days are providing reverse cameras, and a lot of cars are providing 360 cameras. What I love about the Sealion 7 with what they've done is they've given a 360 camera, but they've also given an absolutely enormous screen. This thing literally looks like a widescreen TV sat on the dash. This really adds to the 360 camera, and the overall approach can literally see the car from a bird's eye view on one of the biggest dash screens I have ever seen within a vehicle. Phenomenal. Ambient lighting is becoming such a popular feature in cars these days. purely because of feeling. So instead of traditional ambient lighting, which sometimes sits behind the dash, maybe there's a light showing up, giving a little bit of shade at the bottom, we've got this enormous dash print on the main black part of the dash, giving off this full ambient lighting. And as you watch this, it's just nice. So let's give it the test as always. What's the back of the car like? Now, if I'm being honest, I was a little bit worried about the Sealion 7, right? Because the SUV style on the exterior, it slates back a little bit. And you sometimes think, well, look, if I'm a tall guy, is that going to compromise the headroom? Is it going to compromise the space in the back? Now, I set the seat in front pretty far back because I'm not a small guy, right? So if I'm driving in the driver's seat, I need that seat coming back. And even with the seat back, I have absolutely loads of room. I'm sat here, it feels luxurious, my headspace is there. I can put this armrest down, I've got rear seat cup holders that come right out, and I've also got rear heated seats. Big option on a car like this, right? Rear heated seats, quilted leather. If I'm being honest with you, this BYD Sealion 7 is actually pretty cool. Okay, so the boot space of the car. The worry with these SUVs that are sports SUVs, you compromise your boot for a much sportier car. I'm looking at the Sealion 7, and if I'm honest with you, the boot space is pretty standard. With the seats down, I've got 1,700 litres of boot space. I can put the seats up and use the standard boot space, and I've got 520 litres. It has more than enough boot space for a family, things you want to put in there, more than enough boot space for golf clubs. But what's really cool is they've also maximised it, which I don't see everybody do. I can lift up this dash, and then I've got some really deep compartment space here. So I've got loads of compartment space underneath. We've then got the full Dyne audio system, which sits in the back. That's where the bass is going to be produced. A couple of hooks for the basics, the practicality, removable parcel shelf. So the Sealion 7 starts from £45,000 and goes all the way up to £56,000 in the Excellence model. So let's look at a lease and finance comparison on the Sealion 7. Now, right now, VIP Gateway, we're running a deal at the time of this video from £376 a month, including VAT, right? That's with 12 payments up front. That's with 5,000 miles a year. You can do 15,000, 20,000, whatever you need to do, just up the mileage. And that's 3 years, all right? You hand the car back at the end. Simple. Now, our team ran a finance comparison on the Sealion 7 in comparison to the lease deal on the exact same payment up front on a 4-year finance deal. And the difference at the time of shooting this video was almost £110 a month more on the finance deal. I think what's really cool is that we're looking at a 50 grand car for £376 a month, including the VAT. Look, if you're interested in the lease deal or you just want to find out more information, follow the link in the description and that'll take you exactly where you need to go. Okay, so right now I'm driving the Sealion 7. First impressions. I sit and I compare this to other models that I've driven, like the Tesla Model Y, like the Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6. But look, the first thing I've got to tell you about this car is the luxury. Compared to other models I've driven, the interior of this car feels like absolutely something else. It's luxurious. I've got these beautiful, beautiful quilted seats. Even if we do a direct comparison to the Seal U, the seats straight away are something else. It feels like I'm sat in like a Bentley. I can tell that in comparison to the Seal U, which is still a great car, the Sealion 7 has been absolutely amplified on the interior. Literally, it's spaceship level. BYD are a modern brand, right? Almost futuristic in terms of their approach to everything. BYD have involvement in building iPads all over the world. They have involvement in the London bus network. Their technology is all over the world. Now, the big thing with BYD in terms of all this technology around the world, a bit of technology that BYD holds, right? And that's the Blade battery. Now, this Blade battery is built like something else. It's basically a load of swords stuck together. Without going into the specifics and the science of the details, this is the technology that makes it so efficient and so long-lasting. The Blade battery is a much more safer running battery, and it also runs a lot more cooler than the standard battery, right? It's pretty cool. So one of the coolest features about BYD as a whole brand, right, is that with any BYD, this is on every BYD, I can talk to the car and pretty much ask it to do anything. I mean, look, it's not going to carry you and get you out the car, but look, from a technology point of view, it does an awful lot. Let's give it a go. Hey, BYD.
What's up?
Open driver side window.
All right.
So I keep banging on about comfort with this car, right? Because again, the sports SUVs, you can sometimes get a really firm ride, which is okay, but it's not mega comfort. One thing that the Sealion 7 really does deliver on is the fact that it's comfortable yet fast. It's comfortable yet a sports car, right? And one thing that adds to that is the suspension. This suspension just absolutely glides. I've got an extremely comfortable car that also offers power. So the seating position, the drive position is something else. And then I put my foot down. Literally so much power in this thing. And I'm sat thinking, how on earth is it that quick? So let's go specific with the power. This car has a 522 brake horsepower, 690 torque. That's 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Look, for a car that this size and this much power, that's an awful lot. So the big question is, would I get this car? And who is this car for? Look, if I'm being honest with you, in cars these days, especially in 2025, a lot of cars compete. And what I mean by that is, it used to be a case that a really, really premium brand, 80 grand, you got in the car and you think, well, this is why it's 80 grand. What's happening right now in 2025 is that we're getting in cars that are 30, 40, 50,000 pounds. And these cars feel like they should be 100 grand. And now the Sealion 7 is the perfect example of that. We look at a 50 grand car that is phenomenal. The sports SUV, the interior is absolutely beautiful. So for me, it gets the vote. Sports SUV is a hard market to compete in. The interior, they've absolutely smashed it. So if you're thinking about a Sealion 7, you're unsure, for me, commit and get it, because what a car. It's awesome. Awesome for a family, awesome for a one-time driver who wants a bit of speed, awesome for somebody who hasn't got a family. Look, whatever the situation is, it's a nice car. It ticks all boxes in that sports SUV field. Look, if this video brought you some value, or it answered a question, or it helped you, if you could hit the like and subscribe button, I really appreciate it. It allows us to deliver you more videos just like this one. If there's something that we missed, a question, something you want to know, leave a comment and we'll come right back to you.